The French began to revolt against the monarchy due to major financial and economical issues in France at the time. The French had been supporting the new America in their revolution with Britain to try and weaken the British Empire. This help that the French were giving to the Americans caused the French third estate to begin to starve due to high taxes generated by the high budget for the Americans. King Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette were eventually charged with treason and intended defection to the enemies of the French nation and put to death. France's loss of a monarch put them in a bad place for wars and other situations, so they began to look for a first consul for their now republic government. Napoleon Bonaparte was the first choice for the French people, as he seemed he would do as the people say when it comes to inclusivity in governmental decisions. Napoleon quickly grew to be a very respected man and important figure in the French government, with his decisions to re-establish dominance in his American and Haitian lands. He first attempted to gain control of the island of Haiti, but mainly the city of Saint-Domingue. Napoleon had sent his brother-in-law Charles Leclerc to gain control of the Haitians, but the Haitians were done with the harsh slave treatment that they were receiving. They revolted and were successful, with the retreating French back to France after what is called the French Massacre. With more than 15,000 French people being killed before the French retreated, the Haitians were just getting started.
The conditions in Haiti are one of the main reasons they revolted. Slaves in Haiti faced the cruelest treatment in the transatlantic slave trade, and they had the highest mortality, between 6 and 10% higher. Those forcibly transported to Haiti were expected to die 3 years after arrival, while those born in Haiti were expected to live for 15 years. The conditions they lived under were permitted by Code Noir, a law passed by King Louis XVI, the King of France. Articles 2 through 6 of the code did not allow slaves to practice any religion that was not Roman, Catholic, or apostolical faith. Slaves were also forcibly baptized under the faith of their master's choosing. If they were caught practicing outside of what they were allowed, they were punished. Those who were not a part of those faiths were also not allowed to legally marry. Code Noir's rules around marriage and family did not allow slaves to have a healthy family. Articles 9 through 13 put restrictions on marriage and childbirth. Slaves could not legally wed unless they followed one of the religions, and they had to have their master's consent. Without that, it was not a valid marriage. Slavery and birth are more complex. A child born to a free man and an enslaved woman would be enslaved unless they were to marry the free man. A male slave did not have any rights to the children at all if it had been with a free woman. The children always took the status of the mother. This left enslaved women burdened with the task of giving birth to the next generation of slaves. Not only were they burdened, but they also did not have the rights of the children, and if the master wanted to, the child could be sold. This law took away culture and family, destroying them in any way possible. Freedom of life was not the only thing this law took, but also the ability to fight for the rights of freedom. Under Articles 33 through 44, if a slave were to run away, disobey their master, or fight back, their master was legally allowed to physically punish them to the extent of death. This inhumane treatment would go on for years, but on August 1st, 1729, they would have enough and revolt against the French colonists.
An emancipated Haitian man, Toussaint Louverture, would be the leader and general that led the Haitian Revolution. Toussaint was born in Haiti in 1743, born to an educated slave. He learned to read and write in French, giving him an overall upper hand compared to most slaves on the island. In 1776, Toussaint was a free man, would later marry another Haitian, Suzanne, and have 2 sons. By 1791, a slave revolt would strike the northern province. The cruel treatment being dealt to the slaves finally inspired them to revolt. It was August of 1791 when the organized slave revolt towards the French inhabitants broke out. Slaves were planning the uprising, but at this time, Toussaint was reluctant to be involved. The slaves destroyed northern crops, killed property owners, and rejoiced as they had freed slaves. Toussaint then saw this as an opportunity and decided to join the rebellion, wanting to fight for liberation and freedom. And he would continue to fight for many years. His endurance and consistent leadership scored him the rank of general. Toussaint would be fighting in the war for 12 years. By his first year, in 1792, the rebellion controlled a third of the island. They fought off both French and British troops from Saint-Domingue. Later in 1801, Toussaint would branch off from Haiti and expand into Santo Domingo territory, where he conquered the Spanish colony. Santo Domingo would go on to be the present-day Dominican Republic. This is the year that Toussaint Louverture would give himself the title of Governor-General for life. Napoleon Bonaparte's expedition in 1802 eventually led to the capturing of Toussaint. He was then taken to France and sent to prison, where he later died on April 7, 1803. The Governor-General for life would sadly be outlived by the Haitian Revolution. The last major battle would be led by General Dessalines. The Battle of Versailles would be fought on November 18, 1803. Napoleon's hope of regaining control of Saint-Domingue were now lost. French colonies finally surrendered and withdrew their authority. It was the 1st of January when Dessalines declared Saint-Domingue would be independent, renaming the nation to be Haiti. Haiti symbolizes the island's indigenous backgrounds, where Hispaniola was once named Haiti by the Tano-Arawak people. Even though Haiti was now free, in 1804 Dessalines ordered the Haitian Massacre, or Haitian Genocide. On his command, Jean-Jacques Dessalines' army burnt down houses of the European inhabitants on the island. This included the French and people of mixed race. The soldiers killed women, men, and children, resulting in 3,000 to 5,000 deaths. They justified the killing of white women by explaining how, if the women were spared, they could still conceive. This mass destruction lasted from early January to April 22nd of 1804. With the independence of the newly founded Haiti, the first Black Republic would be formed and affect history for centuries. The Haitian Revolution affected the world in ways that were inconceivable. France felt utterly defeated, and America was terrified of the reaction they prayed would not influence their country. The Haitian Revolution was successful because of their pure and driven willpower and disgust towards their so-called masters. The incomparable treatment is the very reason why the revolt was victorious. No power-hungry countries would have dreamed that a domino effect towards the abolition of slavery would be created by a tiny island in the Caribbean. This is why the Haitian Revolution is and will always be important.